Hello, fellow collectors. It's Chris, the Batman statue collector, and welcome back to another Car Side Chat. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Hope you're having a great time collecting, and I just hope that you're, glad to be here because I'm glad to be with you today. Today I'm going to be kind of expanding on a topic that we talked about recently that was actually brought up by a viewer. We covered it briefly on Rogues Gallery Live, but I wanted to maybe, expand a little bit on some of the things that I would still like to see in the collecting world, specifically for my Batcave. And I'm sure a lot of you would maybe appreciate them as well. But what comic book pieces, like what pieces of art would I still want to see transformed into statue form, right? We've had some great ones, obviously, from Prime 1 that takes the art directly. Even like the XM Sanity, that was a David Finch commission that they brought to life in 3D form. And I think that's a lot of fun. I love when they take, established artists and they make work. We've seen Jim Lee pieces from Prime 1. We've seen David Finch pieces. We've seen Jason Fabok pieces. Carlos Dedanda, I believe is his name. We've seen pieces from him. So a lot of really great interpretations over the years. And the one I mentioned the other day on Rogues was that I would really like to see a Brian Bolland Killing Joker. And the guys mentioned that there is some vein to that in terms of what Legendary Beasts is doing with one of their swap outs. Yes, but I want a specific Brian Bolland piece. I want to look like Brian Bolland. And I go back to the original Sideshow premium format. That was a tribute to Brian Bolland, in my opinion. That was definitely a Killing Joke piece, although it was a Martin Canale piece, a Sideshow inspired piece. I want an actual Brian Bolland. It looks exactly like him. I want to see it. And I don't know exactly what panel I would want it from. Obviously the one where he's got his, hands and his dripping hair would be fun. And yes, they did do the life-size bust. Penguin X Toys did that one, and it turned out great. But I want a third scale Brian Bolland Killing Joker. Okay, I would absolutely love to see that. Absolutely, 100%. And I would most likely want to see it from Prime 1. And Prime 1's definitely slowed down in their third scale stuff, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll continue to keep going and bring us. Obviously they were doing the Riddler and some other things, so that's that. We're getting the Gabriel Del Auto in the Throne, and I'm really happy with that. I think I'm kind of teetering on getting that piece, so more than likely I will have that piece added to the Batcave. To have Gabriel Del Auto, because I love his work. I think that would be incredible. I would love to see a Lee Bermejo Harley Quinn. And I've actually been talking to Lee Bermejo quite often, actually. And he said that there were extensive plans to do more characters with Prime 1, although Prime 1 and, just the statue industry has taken a hit. So, never say never, obviously, but I would like to see that piece, because, again, we've had the Joker, we've had Batman, we had Deadman even, but then, of course, the Catwoman, which I love. It's one of my favorite pieces. But to have a Harley of his also, I think, would kind of complete that little collection of mine. And so I would really like to see that done. And, again, I don't know if Prime 1 will ever approach that or not, but specifically a Lee Bermejo piece I would really like to see, or even a Lee Bermejo Batman versus Joker diorama, kind of like what they did with the Fabok piece, but do something with Batman Damned or the Joker. Like, there's so many great panels where Batman's fighting Joker. Even like a Lee Bermejo Two-Face. Like, he's done a really great job on those realistic villains, and so I would like to see more Lee Bermejo pieces for sure. As for Jim Lee, I think I'm pretty happy with most of the things, of course, but I really want to see them complete at least a Hush. I would love to see them do a Hush. I have zero confidence that they're going to do that. I talked to their creative director one time, and he said that, it's kind of like Darkman. I think he would rather do Darkman than Hush. Even though he's a big Batman fan, the creative director, John, and he's fantastic. But I wish he would have a little bit of confidence in Hush, because I do feel like Hush coming together with the double guns, the bandages, I think a lot of people would really be into that piece. Obviously, they've teased Catwoman. We still haven't seen her yet. So that's definitely one I definitely want brought to life. But as for the Jim Lee pieces, I'm pretty satisfied overall with what they've come out with. Of course, if they want to keep coming out with different Hush characters, I'm fine with that. Hush Harley Quinn would be amazing, absolutely incredible, because it's that classic Jester, and we really haven't had much of that. Legendary Beast is obviously going to do that as an add-on to the Joker. We haven't had a lot of the Jesters in larger scale formats like third scale. So, take that for what it is. But that's it. Okay. Another thing that I would really like to see is a Shawn Murphy Mr. Freeze. They did that short story with Mr. Freeze and Nora where Mr. Freeze there's a great image where he's like touching the dome with Nora floating inside. And XM had been doing the Shawn Murphy pieces, and I would love to see maybe XM do that. And again, I don't know where XM is right now. It seems like they are maybe in trouble, financially, whatever. I don't have any inside information. Again, I'm just observing what's going on in the community, but I would love to see that piece. I think that would be a great comeback story. Like we're going to be releasing this diorama as kind of our comeback into the fold, so to speak. Going into 2025, I would love to see that, and it would just be really cool to have it by my bat bike and stuff like that. So, again, Shawn Murphy. It would be chef's kiss, right? It'd be really cool to have something like that. Or, I would be cool with a Mr. Freeze. But I don't know exactly which one I'd want, which artist necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of great artists, obviously, that have done Mr. Freeze over the years, but I don't have a specific one that I'd want DC Comics-wise. And again, this video I'm thinking of panels, actually printed panels, from the artists, again, like Brian Bolland, Bermejo, taken directly off the page. And again, that's what Prime 1 is so good about doing. Whereas a lot of the other companies are designing their own renditions of the characters, where Prime 1, again, but again, Prime 1 slowed down. So the odds of me getting some of these are probably not all that great. But, never say never in this hobby, never say never. You just never know what they're going to bring out and all of that good stuff. So those are the ones that really jump out at me, that I would really like to add to the collection specifically. Again, there's so many different artists. Maybe a Capullo Batman. Obviously, they did the 0 year piece. I didn't buy that one. It was not really my thing. It was kind of a weird scale. They said it was third scale, but it really wasn't. So I like that piece, but I'm glad I didn't get it because I'm not attached to 0 year. But I would still like a Capullo. Maybe a Capullo diorama would be cool if Batman surrounded by the villains or something. I don't know. But a Capullo would be really cool to have in the collection. A Ryan Brown, maybe a Ryan Brown Joker would be really neat. I just got that commission done, and it's very similar to his published cover. It's creepy. It's awesome. So that would be, maybe a neat addition as well. So, just as I go through and think about my favorite artists, those are the ones that stick out for me, but they're some of the best in terms of, what they bring to the table and how cool a 3D statue would be. I guess last but not least, God, how great would it be to have Prime 1 do all of my David Finch commissions? I mean, all of these incredible villains. That would be, just think of that. Think how great those drawings are. How great each of those characters would be if brought to life. Not necessarily in a diorama, but individual figures. I'd buy them all, for sure. So, again, we're just dreaming here today, right? That's what we're doing. We're talking, we're dreaming. I would love to hear what you want to have. But I don't want you to just generic. I want it specific panels, specific pieces of art. Again, maybe the Kelly Jones Batman Bane breaking Batman's back. I would buy that statue. Again, specific panels, specific covers. What would you like to see done, and by whom? Which statue company would you have confidence in doing? Again, Prime 1's more likely to do an exact panel, whereas Legendary Beasts are going to create their own version. Sideshow's going to create their own version. So, what do you guys think? Let me know. Again, this is just me dreaming, but it's fun to talk about, right? It's fun to hang out, talk about this nerdy stuff. So, I can't thank you enough for tuning in today. I hope you're all doing great. Take care of yourself and each other. Stay positive. In a negative world, we got this, yo. See you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.